Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Massive Wealth series. Today, we are gonna see this is the chart of a male born on 1st of May 1975 at 1 p.m. exact 1300 hours, New Delhi, India. So, this is a person that is very wealthy. But what makes this person very wealthy? That is exactly what we are going to see. All right. So, if you have not watched the other videos on massive wealth, then you can find it in this playlist, and you can watch my astrology basics playlist also and OMG astrology secrets playlist if you feel this is a bit too difficult for you. Okay, now certain things may be a bit tough, but if you see the video again, you will be able to understand. All right, so first let's go to the date of birth. So I've said repeatedly, if in your date of birth you have 1975, and along with that, if your destiny number is also 1 or 9 or 7 or 5, especially if 7 or 5 or 1, 9 is like not that important, or if your basic number is 1 or 9 or 75, again here 175 is more important than 9, then you can have massive wealth provided the horoscope supports. Now if you look at his date of birth, if you see, it is 1 plus 5. This is 1. So 1 is here, 5 is here. 7 and 5 is also there because we don't take the first two digits of the year. So 1975, we only take 7 and 5. But even if you ignore 1 and 9, there is 1575 apart from that. Okay. So we have the number 1 one time, 5 two times, and the number 7 one time. Then let us see here, the basic number itself is 1. So it's already calculated. So we don't calculate it again, but you try to calculate everything together. So 5 plus 1 is 6. Now, when you are calculating the destiny number, you take the whole date of birth, including the first two digits of the year. So here 1 plus 5 is 6, then 6 plus 1 is 7, then anything you add to 9 is always the same, so it is still the same, so it's 7. 7 plus 7 is 14, and then 14 plus 5 is 9. 19. So that is actually again 1 plus 9 is 1. Okay. So here the destiny number is also 1. So all our rules are satisfied here. The only number which is not there is 9. But again, as I said, that's not very important. But yeah, if 9 was also there, it would have been better. So basically, this person is 157 basically. Okay. These are the numbers, very, very powerful number. 1, as you know, is the number of organization, administration, and leadership, and 7 is luck, and 5 is literally the number of money, and more the 5 more the money. So this person has 5 two times. Okay, because it's from May and one is from 1975. Now numerology agrees that this person can have massive wealth, but that's not it, because on this day there are so many people who were born. Not everybody became a millionaire or a multimillionaire like this person. So what is so special about this person? Now, you can go and see, there are so many indications. Okay, you can see. So now, when it comes to the chart, the most important houses for wealth are the second house, then we have the sixth house, then we have the 10th house, then we have the 11th house. The more the planets in these houses, the more the wealth. But even better is if your nakshatra lords of majority of your planets are sitting in these houses, and among the four, the 10th and 11th are most powerful. Now, if you see for this person, and also the fifth and the ninth are supporting houses. So, if the overall chart is good in terms of money, which means the second, sixth, 10th, 11th are powerful, and the fifth and the ninth are also powerful, then they will enhance the power of money even more. Okay, because the fifth and the ninth will show the person is very inherently a very strong person and can do things long term. That's the power of the trines. Okay, so now we check stepwise. So first, what's going on? Now, before I begin, the degree of this person's ascendant is almost 0. So 0 point something. So in the Bhavchali chart, the planets, I mean, mostly they are in these in the same position as you see here. Okay, but the placements must be seen from the Bhavchali chart. So if you don't know what is Bhavchali chart, please go to my Bhavachali chart video and see that video. All right, you will understand. Now, Let's assume the planets are in the same houses as it shows here in this Lagna chart, but the Lagna chart shows the signs. Okay, but for simplicity, we assume because it's 0 degree. Now, first rule. First rule is we see where is the Lagna Lord or what is going on in the Lagna. The Lagna is empty. Mars is aspecting. That's fine. That's not a problem. Saturn is aspecting also. Now, this is a problem. So, this can show that two malefics aspecting the Lagna. So, this could be a bit tough on the health. Okay. And the person has had some health issues, not very severe, but needs to take care of his health by default. Now, Lagna is empty. Lagna Lord Sun is exalted. It is in the ninth house. Okay. If you see now, of course, degree wise, it is not, but you could still take it as exalted or multrikon, whatever you wish. But it is in a very powerful position and it is in a trine. Very, very, very powerful position. Then we see where is moon because Lagna Lord, Sun and moon. So here Lagna Lord is the sun himself. So we had just have one planet because it's Leo Lagna and the moon is in the fifth house. Very, very, very powerful position in a friendly sign like Sagittarius. Purvashada Nakshatra. Very, very, very powerful position. Okay. Incredibly powerful position. But of course, Saturn is aspecting, so the person might be vulnerable to depression at times. But nonetheless, now we have seen these three parameters Lagna Lord, Sun, Moon, and the trine. So inherently very powerful. The chart is very strong. Now we go to the Artha houses, second, sixth, 10th, and 11th. So let's go and check. Mercury, what's going on in the second house? There's no planet. We don't consider Pluto as per Vedic astrology. So if you see there are no planets, then you check the Lord. So the Lord Mercury is sitting in the 10th house, right? It's in the sign of Taurus. It's a fantastic sign for Mercury. Brilliant, extraordinary placement. This is okay. One of the best placements, Mercury in the 10th. So now the power of 5 in this numerology in the date of birth is even more because number 5 in numerology is your is Mercury actually. So if Mercury is well placed in the chart, then this 5 in your date of birth becomes like 2-3 times more powerful. Okay. Now, which other numbers are there in the date of birth? We saw 1, 5, and 7 are there. So 1 is Sun. So Sun is already exalted or in Multrikon, and in the trines we saw that it's very powerful. Number 7 is the number of Ketu. Ketu here is also in the 10th house, although in debility, but because it is in 10, so it will give you some name, fame, power position, and you may not be too happy with it. That's another thing, but you will still get it. Okay. So now we saw the second house. Second lord is here. Fantastic. Then we go and see what's going on with the sixth house. So sixth house is again empty. Is there any planet aspecting? There are no planets aspecting the sixth. Okay. Now we see the sixth lord. So who is the sixth lord? Sixth lord is Saturn. Guess what? Where is Saturn? Saturn is in the 11th. Fantastic. The lords of these houses exchanging. This is the best thing. Second lord in 10th, sixth lord in 11th. Fantastic. All your enemies have become your friends. Okay. Now, how is Saturn placed? Saturn is he's direct, he's not retrograde. There are no retrograde planets in this chart, if you can see here. And if you see Saturn is placed in Gemini, fantastic position. It's a friend sign, great placement. Okay, 11th house, fantastic. So now, two houses are gone. Which other house is remaining? Well, the 10th house. What's going on in the 10th house? Venus is the Lord sitting in the 10th house itself, giving Malavya Mahapurush Yoga. Wow, fantastic. This is brilliant. 10th Lord conjunct the second Lord. Fantastic. Brilliant. Out of the world. Okay. Fantastic for money. Then the next house, 11th house, who is sitting there? Saturn is sitting, 6th Lord and 7th Lord of business, 6th Lord of job, daily work. Fantastic. And guess what? Where is the 11th Lord? Who is the 11th Lord? It's Mercury. Mercury again is in the 10th house. So the 10th Lord is with the 11th Lord in the 10th house, who is who, and the 11th Lord is also the second Lord. Money is just your, I mean, it's time is separating, okay? It's just there. It's gonna come to you by default. Now, then most important, after this analysis, we go to the dashas, okay? Or before even going to the dashas, you can check things at the nakshatra level. So, what's going on? If you see here, The Lagna Nakshatra in Leo is Maga Nakshatra. Maga is ruled by Ketu. So Ketu is in the 10th house. Then Sun by default is very powerful. It's in Bharani. Bharani is lorded by Venus. So Venus again is in the 10th house. Then if you see Moon, Moon is in Purvashada. Purvashada is lorded by Venus again in the 10th house. Wow, fantastic. Mars is in the sign of Aquarius in Purva Bhadrapada. Okay. So who is lording Purva Bhadrapada? Jupiter. Jupiter is in a difficult dignity here. I mean, the dignity is good, but the house is not good. Okay. So Mars can be a bit challenging. Mars Dasha will be challenging or can be. Or Mars Dasha is already gone, as you see. But next, Mercury. Mercury is in Taurus in Kritika Nakshatra, lorded by the Sun, again in trine in Murtrikon, fantastic position. Then Jupiter. Jupiter himself is a bit badly placed, but you see he's sitting in Revati Nakshatra, which is lorded by Mercury. Fantastic. Mercury is superbly placed. Okay. So this can give him gains after losses or after defamation. Then we go to Venus. Venus is by default fantastically placed. It's giving Malavya Mahapurush Yoga. And it is in Mriksira Nakshatra. Mriksira's lord is Mars, which is sitting in the 7th house. Not the best placement, but okay, it is not a Dusthana at least. So Venus also shows it is good enough, good for business, not very good for job. Okay, it is good for being self-employed because it is in a nakshatra of Mars. Then Saturn. Saturn is in Gemini, fantastic placement, and it is in Punarvasu Nakshatra. Okay. Now, Punarvasu Nakshatra, as you know, this can show, like things are coming a bit, so it could be a bit challenging at times. But nonetheless, it is reasonably good enough at a planetary level. Okay. So now you can see Punarvasu is lorded by Jupiter. So Jupiter again, is the 5th lord, but in the 8th. So could be a bit challenging. But if you see majority of the planets and majority of the nakshatra lords of these planets, they are mostly well placed. So 80 to 85%, or rather 90%, I guess, except one or two. Most of them are very well placed. Okay. So this is fantastic. Now, you need to go to the next level. You need to check the dashas. So if you check the dasha, so when the person was small, very small, so it was Venus dasha, so we ignored. Then Sun dasha and Moon dasha. So this was like, the person was around 18 years by the time Moon dasha completed. So this Sun and Moon, as you see, they are very well placed, okay, by planet and as per nakshatra also. So therefore, this shows that this person had a reasonably good childhood, and the person, Sun and Moon dashas, family lineage, family traditions, all these things were very important. Good culture was given because the trines are involved. Okay, Surya is in the 9th and Chandra is in the 5th. Okay, good upbringing. Then Mars is, that typical 18 to 25 period, difficult, full of struggles. Some struggles, some advantages, good things also, but primarily struggles. This dasha taught him a lot. Then Rahu dasha came when he was 25, okay, around 25, and then for 18 years. So this went up till 43 years. Fantastic period. Okay. Now, why is Rahu fantastic? Why? We forgot to see Rahu Ketu here. So if you see Rahu is in the 4th house, it's not the best placement, but the most important thing is, if you see Rahu is in Anuradha Nakshatra, lorded by Saturn. So Nakshatra lord is in 11th. Fantastic, brilliant, superb position, best position this is. Then Ketu is in Kritika Nakshatra, lorded by the Sun in Multikon in the 9th. Fantastic position. So Rahu Dasha, fantastic. Lots of gains in real estate. But the person remained confused, and because dignity is not very good. It's in Scorpio, it's in debility. So a lot of wealth came, but the person remained unhappy and confused at times. Okay. And then at the age of 43, the dasha of Jupiter came, okay, for 16 years. Okay, so then this took his 40s, 50s, so this is an incredible dasha where he got a lot of realizations. And because Jupiter's nakshatra lord Mercury is in the 10th, so a lot of spirituality also came, a lot of study of astrology also came from 2018. and lot of knowledge related to business and all this also came. All right, so currently Jupiter Dasha is going on. The person is full on into astrology, spirituality, and also because it's in good dignity in the eighth house. So therefore, the person is not running too much behind materialism and now becoming much more spiritual. Okay. And then guess what? Which is the next dasha? Saturn. Saturn dasha is coming. Okay. Saturn will be 70-80% good, and 20-30% it could be problematic for his health, because the nakshatra lord of Saturn, Punarvasu's nakshatra lord is Jupiter, is unfortunately in a bad house. Okay. So therefore, now what will happen is he has to take care of his health, and Jupiter Dasha, I don't see anything drastic there. So basically, during Mars Dasha, he has to be a bit careful. And apart from that, the planets are quite good, 70-80% good and 20-30% negative, which most likely happens for everybody. All right, you'll never find a chart where, like, it is always nice, always good, always great, fantastic. No, very rarely does it happen, even 70-80% good. Mostly it is the opposite. Mostly you will find 20-30% good in a person's chart, and remaining 70-80% is difficult. Okay, and this person is into real estate, because number one, destiny one is an indicator of real estate. Number one, if it is destiny one, then it's fantastic. Okay, so this person is into real estate, commercial real estate, in the Delhi NCR region, and the person is doing fantastic. All right. Thank you so much. Do let me know what you think about this chart. Do you think the chart is good? And of course, we can discuss more on the Navamsha also. What do you think his Navamsha says? We can discuss more, but due to interest of time, I will stop the video here. All right. And don't forget, you also need to check the D10. And when you check the D10, maybe you can see it more clearly why real estate is indicated, apart from numerology and apart from Rahu Dasha in the fourth house. Okay. Thank you so much. Do not forget to subscribe to Exotic Astrology if you are new, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And for personalized horoscope consultations, you can always go to my website down in the description section. God is there with you all the time. Just look to him and you will find him for sure. Please take care. Jai Siya Ram.